Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. This is Evergreen Islamic Center in San Jose, California. Tonight we will be reciting Traweeh number 17 of this month of Ramadan. In the Traweeh tonight we will be reciting two surahs, Surah Ash-Shu'ara and Surah An-Naml. So inshallah we will try to understand some verses of these two surahs. In Surah Ash-Shu'ara, the meaning of Ash-Shu'ara is the plural of Sha'irun. Sha'ir means a poet. Shu'ara are the poets. So near the end of the surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about those poets who write their poetry but they do not stay within the bounds, and they try to do all kinds of conversation in those poetries, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not appreciate that. So the surah starts with A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, with the usual, most of the surah starts with the huruf muqatta'at, ta, sin, mim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Tilka ayatul kitabil mubin, these are the verses of a book which is very clear and manifest. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam because he has been receiving the message, the Quran, and conveying, but he is not finding much results of people believing. So he is very distressed within himself. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calming him down by saying, لَعَلَّكَ بَاخِعٌ نَفْسَكَ, maybe that you, O Prophet, will distress yourself to the point that you might kill yourself. Allah yakunu mu'minin, that these people are not believing you. Inna sha'anu nazzil alayhim minas sama'i ayatan. If we will, we can send down upon these people or to these people from the sky a sign. فَظَلَّتْ أَعْنَاقُهُمْ لَهَا خَاضِعِينَ. So what will happen as a result of that sign? Their necks will bow down with humility. Allah says, وَمَا يَأْتِيهِمْ مِنْ ذِكْرٍ. None of the dhikr or remembrance of Allah or reminder of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes from Ar-Rahman. Muhdasin, which is new, which is fresh. Illa kanu anhu mu'ridin, but they are turning away from that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَقَدْ كَذَّبُوا فَسَيَاتِيهِمْ أَنْبَاءُ مَا كَانُوا بِهِ يَسْتَهْزِئُونَ. They have denied, but the news of that which they are denying will soon come to you, that what they have been mocking and laughing about. أَلَمْ يَرَوْا إِلَى الْأَرْضِ. Have they not seen to the or at the earth? Kam mambatna fiha, how many we have grown up, raised in this earth, vegetation, min kulli zawjin kareem, of each kind of noble ones. Inna fi dhalika la-aya. In all these, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, is the sign for the people. But وَمَا كَانَ أَكْثَرُهُمْ مُؤْمِنِينَ, but most of them are not going to be the believers. Then we will go to ayat number 70 of this surah, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning something about Ibrahim alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in ayat number 69, وَاتْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ نَبَأَ Ibrahim, instructing Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that recite to them the news of Ibrahim. إِذْ قَالَ لِأَبِيهِ, when he said to his father, وَقَوْمِهِ, and his people, مَا تَعْبُدُونَ, what is that you are worshipping? So their reply was that, قَالُوا نَعْبُدُ, they said, we are worshipping asnaman, these idols, these figures. فَنَظَلُّ لَهَا عَاكِفِينَ, and we are just sitting with them, devoting to these idols. So he again asked them, قَالَ هَلْ يَسْمَعُونَكُمْ, he said, do they hear you? Istad'un, when you call them. أَوْ يَنْفَعُونَكُمْ, or do they benefit you? أَوْ يَدُرُّونَ, or they harm you. But their reply was, قَالُوا بَلْ وَجَدْنَا آبَاءَنَا. They said, we have found this, our forefathers. كَذَلِكَ يَفْعَلُونَ, and that's what they have been doing before. So he said to them, قَالَ أَفَرَأَيْتُمْ مَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْبُدُونَ. He said, do you see whatever you have been worshipping, أَنْتُمْ وَآبَاؤُكُمُ الْأَقْدَمُونَ, you and your forefathers of before. فَإِنَّهُمْ عَدُوٌّ لِي, that they are my enemy. إِلَّا رَبَّ الْعَالَمِينَ, except the Lord of the worlds. And then Ibrahim alayhi salam makes some dua, very powerful. الَّذِي خَلَقَنِي فَهُوَ يَهْدِينَ. He said, He is the one who has created me and guides me. وَالَّذِي هُوَ يُطْعِمُنِي وَيَسْقِينَ, and He is the one who feeds me and He gives me to drink. وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينَ, and when I am sick, He cures me, He heals me. وَالَّذِي يُمِيتُنِي, and He is the one who He will give me death. ثُمَّ يُحْيِينَ, and then He will raise me up again and make me alive. وَالَّذِي, He is the one. أَطْمَعُ, I wish, I desire, I hope. أَن يَغْفِرَ لِي خَطِيئَتِي, that He will forgive me my khatas, my sins, my mistakes, my يَوْمَ الدِّينِ, on the day of judgment. Rabbi habli hukman, He said, oh my Lord, give me the wisdom. وَأَلْحِقْنِي بِالصَّالِحِينَ, and make me join those who are righteous people. So this Surah Shura continues. Then we will go to some ayahs. This has many ayahs, but they are very small ayahs. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna fi dhalika la ayah. This is ayat number 190. In all this, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before that has mentioned the stories of several prophets and their nations and how they were destroyed. And then Allah says, in all these there were signs. وَمَا كَانَ أَكْثَرُهُمْ مُؤْمِنِينَ, but most of those do not believe. وَإِنَّ رَبَّكَ لَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الرَّحِيمُ, and indeed your Lord is the one who is the most powerful and Rahim, most kind. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding again that this is not a man-made book. وَإِنَّهُ لَتَنزِيلُ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ, this is the one that has been revealed, sent down by the Lord of the worlds. Nazala bihi Ruhul Amin, this has been brought down by the Ruhul Amin, which is the title of Jibreel alayhi salam, the angel. Ala qalbika, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that He revealed upon your heart. Litakuna minal munzirin, so the job is that you may be those among those who are giving warning. Allah says, Bilisanin Arabiyyin Mubin, this is a Quran which is in the language which is very clear, manifest Arabic Fusha language. وَإِنَّهُ لَفِي زُبُرِ الْأَوَّلِينَ, and this is in the books that were revealed before. So the book is mentioned, the Prophet is mentioned in the previous books, and also the message is same or similar that was given in the previous books about not committing shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not worshipping the idols and all those. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا أَهْلَكْنَا مِنْ قَرْيَةٍ, we have not destroyed any township, إِلَّا لَهَا مُنذِرُونَ, except for that township there were those who were giving warning. Zikra, the reminder, وَمَا كُنَّا ظَالِمِينَ, and we are not the one who do wrong. Allah says, وَمَا تَنَزَّلَتْ بِهِ الشَّيَاطِينَ, this has not been sent down or revealed by the shayateen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala further in some ayah says, فَلَا تَدْعُ مَعَ اللَّهِ إِلَهًا آخَرَ, do not call anyone with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as another deity. فَتَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُعَذَّبِينَ, or you might be among those who are punished. وَأَنذِرْ, and give warning, عَشِيرَتَكَ الْأَقْرَبِينَ, those kinship who are near to you. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these are the things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is commanding to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to do. وَخْفِضْ جَنَاحَكَ, and keep your wings lower. لِمَنِ اتَّبَعَكَ, so whosoever follows you, مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, among those who are believers. Then Allah says, وَتَوَكَّلَ عَلَى الْعَزِيزِ الرَّحِيمِ, and have tawakkul, have trust in the one who is most powerful, who is Rahim. Alladhi, he is the one. Yaraka hina taqum, he looks at you, he sees you when you are standing in front of him for worshipping. وَتَقَلُّبَكَ مِنَ السَّاجِدِينَ, and when you are going back and forth in the sajda. إِنَّهُ هُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ, indeed he is the one who hears and he has the knowledge. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling, Hal unabbiukum, O Prophet, tell them, shall I inform you, Ala man tanazzalu shayateen, who are those people among the people who are those upon the shayateen come down. Tanazzalu ala kulli affakin asim, they come down upon each liar and sinner. Then after that, in ayat number 224, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the poets. The name of the surah is Ash-Shu'ara, which means poets. So there are two kinds of poets. One kind is that when they start writing the poetry, they forget all the limits and bounds and start talking senseless things which are against the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sometimes. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is rejecting them. But on the other hand, there are poets who stay within the faith and obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are different. وَالشُّعَرَى, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the poets, there are some poets, يَتَّبِعُهُمُ الْغَاوُونَ, they just follow the falsehood, useless conversation, useless statements. Allah says, Alam tara, have you not seen, have you not considered, have you not read their poetry? Annahum fi kulli wadi yahimun, they are just wandering around in every valley of statement, whatever kind they are making. Wa annahum yaquluna, and they are saying something, ma la yaf'alun, which they do not do themselves. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is separating some group from there. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, except those who have believed. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and are doing or have been doing the righteous deed. وَذَكَرُوا اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا, and they remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala plenty in abundance. وَانْتَصَرُوا مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا ظُلِمُوا, and they take the revenge basically, or the payback. Min ba'di ma zalamu, what any wrong has been done to them, they don't go beyond that. Allah says, وَسَيَعْلَمُ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala definitely will know those people who are wrongdoing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives few other instructions, and the surah ends with that. Then we will go to the next surah, An-Namal. An-Namal means the ant, and this has the story of an ant, and ant said something to other ants, and Sulaiman alayhi salam heard her conversation. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is quoting in this surah, and then in another story about the Sulaiman alayhi salam and Dawud alayhi salam. So the surah starts with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Tasin, two letters, huruf muqatta'at. Allah says, Tilka ayatul Qur'ani wa kitabim mubin. These are the verses of Al-Quran and a book which is manifest, which is clear. Hudam wa bushra lil mu'minin. This book is a guidance and a good news for those who are believers. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defines in next couple ayats, who are these mu'mineen, who are those believers for whom this book is going to be a guidance and a good news. Alladhina yuqimuna salata. Those are the ones who establish the prayer. In most of the Quran, whenever a belief is mentioned, after that the first thing which comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is praying, is making the salat, establishing the salat. وَيُؤْتُونَ الزَّكَاةَ, and these people give charity. وَهُمْ بِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ, and they are the ones who in the day of judgment, on the last day, firmly believe. They just don't believe, but firmly believe. يُوقِنُونَ, yaqeen. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ, Allah says those people who do not believe in the hereafter, زَيَّنَّا لَهُمْ أَعْمَالَهُمْ, their own deeds have become beautified, adorned for themselves. So whatever they think they are doing in this worldly life, they think they are doing a super job and they like what they are doing, and these are the people who do not believe in the hereafter. فَهُمْ يَعْمَهُونَ, Allah says they are wandering around blindly. Then we go to the story where the Sulaiman alayhi salam and Dawood alayhi salam's description is mentioned. In ayat number 15, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا, and indeed we gave Dawood wa Sulaymana ilma, David and Solomon the knowledge. So what did they reply? Both of them said, it's a plural of two here. وَقَالَ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ الَّذِي, both of them said, and these are, by the way, these are father and son. Dawood alayhi salam is father and Sulaiman is his son. Dawood was king, and after them his kingdom was inherited by Sulaiman. Both were kings and both were prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they replied, وَقَالَ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ الَّذِي, alhamd is praises for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَضَّلْنَا عَلَى كَثِيرٍ مِّنْ عِبَادِهِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, He has preferred us over a lot of people among the believers. So Allah says, وَوَرِثَ سُلَيْمَانُ دَاوُودَ, Sulaiman inherited the kingdom of Dawood alayhi salam. Then he addressed the people. وَقَالَ, Sulaiman alayhi salam spoke to the people, Ya ayyuhan nasu, O the mankind, Ullimna mantiqat tayri, we have been taught the speech of the birds. That means I can speak to the birds and I can understand what they are saying. وَعُوتِينَا مِن كُلِّ شَيْءٍ, we have been given everything. إِنَّ هَذَا لَهُوَ الْفَضْلُ الْمُبِينَ, this is a very clear fadl, grace and bounty from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So one day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in ayat number 17, وَحُشِرَ لِسُلَيْمَانَ جُنُودُهُ, Sulaiman gathered his armies, and these armies contained minal jinni, there was jinns in that army, wal insi, and the people, wat tayri, and the birds. Fahum yuzahum, they were standing in a marching order, they were in a position where they started journeying. Then they started traveling. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, hatta iza ataw ala wadin namli, until they reached to a valley, and this valley was filled with the ants. It was such a valley that a lot of ants had their little houses underground, and they used to walk over the valley all the way. قَالَتْ نَمْلَةٌ يَا أَيُّهَا النَّمْلُ, so one of the ants cried, and she said, Oh, all the ants, udkhulu masakinakum, go and enter in your houses underground. لا يحتمنكم سليمان وجنوده وهم لا يشعرون. The ant realized or knew by the order of the hukm of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that an army of Sulaiman is marching towards that valley. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave her the news ahead of time, and she cried loudly, Oh, all the ants, go underground, go in your houses, maybe the army of Sulaiman and his army may walk all over you and destroy you. وَهُمْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ, and they will not even know. So when the armies travels, their horses and their camels and on foot, they are going so fast that they don't even look what is underneath, under the ground, what is under their feet. And if these are ants, they all walk over that. So Sulaiman alayhi salam heard that conversation that ant was making. فَتَبَسَّمَ ضَاحِكًا, he smiled and he laughed. Min qawliha, upon what this ant had said. So what first thing he did, وَقَالَ رَبِّي أَعْزِينِي, he said, oh my Lord, give me the ability, give me tawfiq, an ashkura ni'mataka allati, that I may be thankful to you of all the bounties that you have given me. An'amta alayya, have bestowed upon me. Wa ala walidayya, and upon my parents. Wa an a'mala salihan tardahu, and I may do those kind of righteous deeds that you may be pleased with them. Wa adkhilni bi rahmatika, and enter me with your mercy, fi ibadika salihin, among those who are righteous people. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned another incident, that وَتَفَقَّدَ الطَّيْرَ. Before that, so Sulaiman alayhi salam had these birds, they used to do different tasks for him. So one day he took the attendance, that who is present, who is not present among the birds, which was basically an army for him. فَقَالَ مَا لِيَ لَا أَرَى الْهُدْهُدَ, he said, what is the matter? I do not see the hudhud. Hudhud is a bird, hippo. So he got angry. Am kana min al-ghaibin, he said, he is absent from my presence. لَأُعَذِّبَنَّهُ, Sulaiman alayhi salam said, I will punish him. Azaban shadidan, a severe punishment. أَوْ لَأَصْبَحَنَّهُ, or maybe I will slaughter him, I will kill him. أَوْ لَيَأْتِيَنِّي بِسُلْطَانٍ مُبِينٍ, or he better bring some clear evidence, some clear statement to me why he was missing. So Allah says, فَمَكَسَ غَيْرَ بَعِيدٍ, so it didn't take very long and this hudhud came back. فَقَالَ أَحَطْتُ بِمَا لَمْ تُحِطْ بِهِ, he said to Sulaiman, I have come to know which you don't know. وَجِئْتُكَ مِنْ سَبَإٍ بِنَبَإٍ يَقِينٍ, and I have brought to you a news, confirmed news from the kingdom of Sheba. Then this is what he said. A bird is talking to Sulaiman alayhi salam, a king and a prophet. Inni wajadtum ra'atan, he said, he flew over that kingdom of Sheba, which was far away from where Sulaiman alayhi salam used to rule his kingdom. He said, I went there, I found there a woman, tamlikuhum, she was ruling over the people, wa utiyat min kulli shay'in, and she has been giving all kinds of things, walaha arshun azim, and she has a very great throne. Wajadtuha wa qawmaha, I have found her and her people, yasjuduna lishamsi, they are worshipping, they are making sajda to the sun. Min dunillahi, other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa zayyana lahumu shaitanu a'malahum, and the shaitan has beautified to them their deeds. The bird is speaking these things. He is analyzing that a queen and her people are worshipping sun, and shaitan has taken over their deeds. فَصَدَّهُمْ عَنِ السَّبِيلِ, and he has stopped them from the righteous path. فَهُمْ لَا يَهْتَدُونَ, and they are not guided. So Sulaiman alayhi salam heard the speech of this bird, and he said, okay, I don't know if you are lying to me or you are speaking the truth, so we'll find out. He says, قَالَ سَنَنْظُرُ أَصَدَقْتَ أَمْ كُنْتَ مِنَ الْكَاذِبِينَ. Sulaiman said that we will find out, we will check out if you are speaking the truth or you are a liar. اِذْهَبْ بِكِتَابِ هَذَا. So he wrote a letter, Sulaiman alayhi salam, and gave to this bird and said, this is my letter, take it. فَأَلْقِهْ إِلَيْهِمْ. So drop by them. Go to where they are having a session, the queen and her pupil. Drop this letter by them. ثُمَّ تَوَلَّى عَنْهُمْ. Then turn back away from them. فَانْظُرْ مَاذَا يَرْجِعُونَ. And see what they reply, what they come back with. So bird did the same thing. He took the letter from Sulaiman alayhi salam and he flew, don't know how many thousand miles he flew. He arrived there, the queen was having her court session with all the chiefs. He flew in there and by her he dropped the letter and he moved out from there and probably went to somewhere up in the roof and sat there. قالت يا أيها الملأ. She said, oh the chiefs of the court, إني ألقي إلي كتاب كريم. To me a very honored letter has been dropped. إنه من سليمان وإنه بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. This letter is from Sulaiman and the letter starts with the words Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is the only place in the Quran where Bismillah is mentioned inside a surah. Allah Ta'ala alayya. The letter said, do not be exalting in front of me. Atuni muslimin. And come to me submitting. قالت يا أيها الملأ. She said, oh my chiefs, أفتوني في أمري. Give me advice in my matter. ما كنت قاطعة أمرا حتى تشهدون. I do not take the decision on anything until you are present. So their reply was that there were all kinds of senior people there. قالوا نحن أولو قوة. They said we are powerful people. وَأُولُو بَاسٍ شَدِيدٍ. And we are fighters. وَالْأَمْرُ إِلَيْكِ. But the judgment is yours. You are the one who made the decision. فَانْظُرِي مَاذَا تَعْمُرِينَ. So see what you are going to decide. So she was very logical queen. She said, قَالَتْ إِنَّ الْمُلُوكَ إِذْ دَخَلُوا. He said when the kings come and they conquer the land of other people, إِذَا دَخَلُوا قَرْيَةً. When they enter the township, أَفْسَدُوا فِيهَا. They create fasad in there. وَجَعَلُوا عِزَّةَ أَهْلِهَا أَذِلَّةً. They make the honored, respectable people lower there. They disgrace them. وَكَذَلِكَ يَفْعَلُونَ. And these people will do the same thing. Sulaiman's army will come and do the same thing to us. So she decided to send some gifts to Sulaiman. And then a delegate arrived with some gifts to Sulaiman alayhi salam. And Sulaiman alayhi salam told them, Irji ilahim. Go back, take your gifts with you. We don't need, we have more than what you brought to us. And he told them that we are going to bring an army. وَلِنُخْرِجَنَّهُمْ. And we will expel you out from there. Then the delegation went back. And then he found out that the queen herself decided to come and meet Sulaiman alayhi salam to his land. So he was sitting in his court, Sulaiman alayhi salam, and he decided to do something before she arrived there. قَالَ يَا أَيُّهَا الْمَلَوُ أَيُّكُمْ يَعْتِينِي بِعَرْشِهَا. So he said, O my chiefs, which one of you can bring her throne to me? قَبْلَ يَعْتُونِي مُسْلِمِينَ. Before they come submitting to me. So there was a jinn in there, very powerful. He said, أَنَا آتِيكَ بِهِ. I will bring it. I am very powerful. Even before you adjourn your court, I will go and bring it that. But then there was another man. Allah says, إِنْدَهُ إِلْمٌ مِّنَ الْكِتَابِ. He was given the knowledge of the book. He says, أَنَا آتِيكَ بِهِ قَبْلَ يَرْتَدَّ إِلَيْكَ طَرْفُكَ. Before your sight comes back to you, I'll bring the throne to you. So next thing Sulaiman saw was that queen's throne was sitting in her palace next to him. So he told his people, make minor changes in that. So when the queen arrives, we want to know how intelligent she is, if she recognizes her throne or not. So then when she arrived, she told them, someone said that, is this your throne? Hakaza arshuk? So she said, Kannahu huwa. It was just like that, similar to that. And she says, وَأُوتِينَا الْعِلْمَ مِنْ قَبْلِهَا. We have already come to know that you people are the righteous people. Then one more thing, that someone said, come and enter the palace. قِيلَ لَهَا ادْخُلِ السَّرْحَ. Someone said, enter this palace. So she saw at the palace and she saw there was a pond of water. فَلَمَّا رَأَتْهُ حَسِبْتُهُ لُجَّةً. She thought there was a water there. وَكَشَفَتْ عَنْ سَاقَيْهَا. So she pulled the bottom of her dress up so her shin or ankles don't get wet. So someone said, Isa, you know what that is? إِنَّهُ صَرْحٌ مُمَرَّدٌ مِّن قَوَارِيرٍ. This is a floor which has the crystal glass on it. There is no water there. It's shining like water. So even at that time, the construction was so advanced in those places that the floor looked like the pond of water. It was just made of glass and crystal. So then the story of Sulaiman alayhi salam ended. Later on in the other books and in the story of the Torah and other people, there is more description that he married her later on, and then later on she was divorced and she went back. Wallah alam, Quran doesn't say anything about that. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that what is important, this ayat is 81, 82. Allah says, وَإِذَا وَقَالْ قَالُوا عَلَيْهِمْ. When our saying will become true, near the day of judgment, أَخْرَجْنَا لَهُمْ دَابَّةً مِّنَ الْأَرْضِ. We will bring out an animal. The word is dabba. Dabba can be used for an animal or something. مِنَ الْأَرْضِ, from the earth, تُكَلِّمُهُمْ, that will talk to them. أَنَّ النَّاسَ كَانُوا بِآيَاتِنَا يُوقِنُونَ. So some interpreters nowadays, modern scholars say that this is about the scientific instruments like television and radio and phone. They are talking to you. They are not human beings, but they are speaking, they are talking to you. So maybe this is a sign Quran is mentioning about them. Then inshallah I'll do one more ayat and stop that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, وَأَنَا أَتْلَوُ الْقُرْآنِ, and that say I recite the Quran. فَمَنِ اهْتَدَى فَإِنَّمَا يَهْتَدِي لِنَفْسِهِ. So whosoever is guided, he is guided for his own self. وَمَنْ ضَلَّ, and whosoever has lost, gone astray, فَقُلْ, tell them, إِنَّمَا أَنَا مِنَ الْمُنْزِرِينَ. I am the only one who has been, I'm only one who is giving you warning. I'm just a warner. وَقُلِ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ سَيُرِيكُمْ آيَاتِهِ. And say, hamd is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He will soon show you His signs. فَتَعْرِفُونَهَا, so you will recognize them. وَمَا رَبُّكَ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا تَعْمَلُونَ. And your Rabb is not unaware of what they have been doing. So this is the end of Surah An-Naml. So tonight inshallah we will recite Surah Ash-Shu'ara, full surah, and Surah An-Naml, full of it. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to understand the Quran and act upon it. Sadaqallahu al-Azim.